Hey everyone, welcome back to the English YouTube channel. In this video, we'll explore some of the iconic inventions from Star Trek that have actually made their way into modern technology. From mobile phones to medical equipment, it's incredible to see how the imaginations of the show's creators are turning into real-world innovations. Plus, we'll discuss a couple of mind-blowing technologies that aren't available yet, but could be within our lifetimes. Let's jump right in. Star Trek technology. One of the most successful science fiction programs of all time is Star Trek. The original television series was first broadcast from 1966 to 1969. This sparked the Trekkie phenomenon, with a total of 6 television series and 11 movies as of 2009. A large part of Star Trek's ongoing popularity with science fiction fans is the futuristic gadgets found in the various episodes. Although transporters, time travel machines, and the like are not currently feasible, other equipment seems viable and may be developed during our lifetimes. Consider the advanced hologram technology on the ship's holodecks, which allowed characters to create simulated realities. Scientists are working to develop similar technology today, and teleimmersion is one such application. Teleimmersion will create a simulated virtual room that allows people to come together and interact without leaving their own physical location. In fact, many of the Star Trek technologies that seemed dubious or impossible only a few decades ago now are available for use in the real world. Probably the most notable of these gadgets was the handheld flip-open communicator, often used by Captain Kirk to summon help when he and his crew were in danger on some alien world. It allowed portable and lightweight communication wherever a person was. The appearance of this device started Martin Cooper and his team at Motorola thinking about how to develop a mobile phone. The first mobile phones were hardly convenient. They weighed 2.2 pounds, and the batteries allowed only 35 minutes of talk time. However, once the technology was introduced, it advanced and miniaturized until it was developed into the small cell phones we have today, which not only allow voice communications, but also allow access to all of the textual and graphic riches of the internet. As a result, cell phones are now commonplace, with at least 85% of adults in the US and the UK owning one. A number of other electronic devices from Star Trek are also now commonplace. Many of the Star Trek computerized gadgets featured touchscreens, including the Starship Enterprise's controls. Nowadays, touchscreens appear on everything from cell phones to smart refrigerators. Our modern e-book readers and Blackberries were also foretold by the small computerized tablets that the Star Trek crew used for reading and storing data. And just as the Star Trek crew could always find its location when on missions to foreign planets by using scanners, we can now do this on Earth by using a GPS Global Positioning System device. Some of the medical technologies on Star Trek have also become reality. In the show, brain surgery was performed by attaching a gadget to someone's head, which healed internal injuries without cutting into the brain. There is now a similar procedure called gamma ray surgery, where a number of beams of gamma radiation are precisely focused at a single target, for example, a brain tumor. This dissolves and eliminates the diseased area. Since the procedure is non-invasive, there is little pain and much less chance for infection. Star Trek doctors also diagnosed patients using the versatile handheld tricorder scanners. In fact, the Star Trek tricorder seemed to do everything, from checking a planet's atmosphere to diagnosing a broken engine. Modern patients are scanned in essentially the same way, by magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and CAT scans, although the equipment is much larger than a handheld device. Even the crusty Dr. McCoy would be impressed. Another Star Trek technology that appears to be within reach is the universal communicator. A number of translators already are available on the internet, and they do a fair, although far from perfect job of translating written texts. But translating speech is much more difficult. People speak with a wide variety of dialects and accents, which current voice recognition systems simply cannot cope with. For the best results, the software must be trained to each speaker's individual voice. However, improvements gradually are being made, and it may be years rather than decades before sufficiently powerful voice recognition software, simultaneous oral translations possible. With advances such as these, it is fair exciting and perhaps a bit frightening to ask, how far behind can Mr. Spock's telepathic mind-meld communication be? In this section, we're going to break down some key vocabulary words from the passage to help deepen your understanding. These words are crucial not only in the context of the reading, but also in everyday language. I'll be providing definitions based on the Longman Dictionary, followed by examples to show how these words can be used in a variety of contexts. Unrelated to Star Trek, let's dive into the vocabulary. 1. Feasible, possible and likely to work or be achieved, for example, a feasible solution to the problem. 2. Viable, capable of being successful or effective, for example, solar power is now a viable alternative to oil. 3. Dubious, probably not true, honest or right. Feeling doubt, for example, I can see you're still dubious, so we'll talk about it later. 4. Handheld flip-open communicator, a portable device that can be held in one hand and has a cover that flips open for use. For example, he pulled out his handheld flip-open communicator to check for messages. 5. Summon, to officially order someone to come to a place, for example. He was summoned to appear before the court. 6. Foretold, to say what will happen in the future, especially by using special magical powers, for example. The events were foretold in the old legends. 7. Dissolves, to make a solid become part of a liquid or to disappear, for example. Sugar dissolves easily in water. 8. Non-invasive, relating to medical treatment that does not involve cutting into someone's body. For example, non-invasive techniques like ultrasound scanning have become very common. 9. Mind-meld, a fictional process of merging consciousnesses, typically found in science fiction. For example, in some stories, characters use a mind meld to communicate without words. To wrap things up, let's summarize some of the key takeaways. Star Trek has given us incredible insights into future technology, many of which are now realities. We use cell phones inspired by Captain Kirk's communicator, touchscreens just like those on the Starship Enterprise, and even advanced medical technologies like gamma-ray surgery, similar to what we saw in the show. Though some technologies like the universal translator still need further development, progress is happening faster than we think. Star Trek didn't just entertain, it inspired scientists and engineers to create the tech we now use daily. Who knows, we might be just a few steps away from the next groundbreaking invention. Now that we've covered the main ideas, let's test your understanding with a few questions and write in the comment below. When you answer, try to summarize the key points in your own words. And remember to give examples where you can. It really helps show that you've grasped the concepts. Ready? Let's go. 1. List 4 inventions from Star Trek programs that are available for use today. 2. What 2 inventions are not yet available, but maybe within our lifetimes? 3. How does modern medical technology compare with that shown in Star Trek? 4. If a universal translator is eventually developed, will there still be value in learning a second language? 5. How does a science fiction story or program such as Star Trek lead to the creation of new technology? 6. Will it ever be possible to visit other stars using spaceships that travel faster than the speed of light? That's it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you have any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear them. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Until next time, take care.